The Artcraft Theatre is a unique place. Just driving by it, the marquee, the flashing lights will catch your attention. That's what caught our attention.
Ever since we first opened the doors when we were leasing the theater in 2001, we have always been doing projects and showing movies at the same time.
We experienced all the nostalgia in the lobby and also within the theater itself. But once we purchased our tickets, sat down, bought popcorn, the executive director, Rob Schultz, entertained the entire crowd prior to the movie. And that's really what turned us on to this theater.
When people come to the Artcraft and they watch a classic movie, you know, you can have kids, parents, and grandparents all watching the same movie, like The Wizard of Oz that is coming up. And Grandpa can say, I sat right here. And that's what's so important about historic preservation, is that you can come back into a building and all of those memories come back.
The seats were ancient, and you could smell it. They had the aroma of old popcorn. You could also feel it. You could feel the springs pushing your rear end from underneath.
Oh, they were bad. They were awful. Yeah, the foam would literally be falling out of the seat. The springs would be hitting you in the rear end. The seats they had such wear patterns to them. It was like sitting in a well-formed saddle because it just wasn't what you would call comfortable.
At that point, I thought maybe this might be a potential customer for Indiana Correctional Industries.
Randy Reel came to me and talked to me about, hey, I understand you're looking at redoing seating. Would you be interested in having one of your seats done by my company? And I had no idea what my company meant. I didn't know it was involved with the prison system or anything like that. But we wanted to give him a shot at, you know, show us what you can do.
We at ICI have been performing reupholstery and upholstery for decades. We've also been performing sandblasting and painting at another shop for decades. This seemed like the perfect fit. If we could somehow figure out a way to gather those seats, maybe in increments.
When the sample came back, it was like, and how much is this going to be? And we had a budget to be under, and actually undershot that. Yes, we're going to go with this project. Randy is so underspoken about what they do.
The guys at the shops, the reupholstery shop and the paint shop, I know from over a decade of working with Indiana Correctional Industries, I know what they're capable of doing. And I knew it when I presented this opportunity to Rob Schultz in the Artcraft Theatre. I knew he'd be pleased, but he didn't know it. So I wanted to prove that. With every confidence in the world, I gathered those seats, took them to the shops, and they were anxious to show what they could do.
All these seats got powder coat painted. The upholstery has been redone. And they did it at such an affordable rate, we couldn't beat that anywhere else.
We were so impressed with the quality and the workmanship. The finished product was beautiful. Powder coat was perfect. The seats, the upholstery was just really excellently done. I was really quite impressed with the workmanship.
I was shocked. The quality was exceptional. The coloring was exactly what we had asked for.
And they shined. It was perfect. Absolutely perfect.
The feel of it, it's not just the seats. You have to understand it's the whole vibe of the theater. This is just another piece of the theater that gives you that feeling that you're still here and it's still part of the way it was. And I think without seats like this, yeah, if we were sitting in plastic seats, it wouldn't be the same. Not at all.
To believe that theater could once again be what it was. We're sort of the same way within Indiana Correctional Industries. We see the possibilities.
You've got folks who have been in prison but are now learning a trade. whether that's upholstery or powder coat painting, they have something to look forward to. It's a project that they get to do, as opposed to, sitting around going, well, how many more months do I have?
It's kind of humbling, actually, I think, to be associated with that group, and for us to work here on this end, ship these off, and then see the quality when it comes back. There's obvious pride in the work that they do there, and it shows in what you see here today.
People, just because they've made some mistakes doesn't mean they're bad people necessarily, or that they can't do good work. And I think with the right direction, obviously, they're doing great work. So I'm more than happy to support their cause.
We give buildings a second chance, and I think it exactly what Randy has been trying to do here too is to get these folks another way out, another way to be optimistic about, when I'm done here, I could learn this trade and I could go on and make a living for myself.
We're actually providing job skills for offenders that will eventually be released into our society, into our Indiana communities. And it'd be best for those folks and for everyone concerned if they had skills so that they could find a job and develop their life, pick up their lives, and carry on.